Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Jasmine, the Buffet Witch, but you already know that. And welcome to another edition of One Old, One New. So I'm doing literally all of this on the fly. I'm just having one of those really hard mental days because the world's on fire and I hate everything. So I didn't know what I was going to do when I sat down. I pulled a little pinspiration for the eyeshadow combination, and here we are. I also went with a pink brow, not a brow that I do very often, but it is the first like out there brow that I attempted on my channel when I got the Made by Mitchell color cases. Just a little side note, I don't know if it's every person's color case, but my pink shades have always smelt more cosmetic than the other shades, meaning like I can smell them when I use them. Actually, the green shade as well. Not that I think the product is bad, but just, I don't know if maybe the pigment that they have to use to get those colors has a bit more aroma to it. I'm not sure, but thought I would mention it. For a second, it made me think, should I declutter this? I'm really big on like things smelling in my collection right now. They got to go, but it still works. It's real creamy, and anytime they get kind of like cracked, like this top pink one, sorry, my son is apparently a seagull today, so we're just gonna roll with it. I just stirred up with the end of the Made by Mitchell brush, and then they're good to go. So, but just thought I would, say that. But yeah, I don't do pink, yellow, and orange, or even red very often, because the undertones of these particular colors are really close to my own undertone, meaning that they just kind of blend into each other. So it's kind of hard to build a brow where I need coverage. So today I decided to do my right brow with the dark color because this one needs more building than this one. And I think they look really nice. Yesterday's brows were flawless, and if they weren't, lie to me, thank you. But I don't typically go for symmetrical brows, I go for fun brows. So we have a beautiful pink ombre fun brow today with a very dark black brow, which I've really been loving. And I decided to pull out some Glam Light. Now again, put up my Pinterest, I looked at one photo, I decided on that color combination, I went in and did my base. And I decided to pull out the Ghostface palette for the reds. And then for the greens, I actually wasn't sure what I was going to use, but then I remembered I really love the Fresh Prince palette. This green is gorgeous. So that is what we have. I thought I would continue with a matte look just because yesterday's matte eyeshadow looked so good from the Rotten palette that I was like, you know what, let me do a matte look first, and then we can add some shims, and that's where the new comes in. But this is the finished look. I absolutely loved it. This is the finished face, and I used a bunch of my favorite products. I'm doing my blurred overlined today. She's quite overlined, but my blurred lip liner lip, and just a beautiful matte eye. No intercontour or anything, because that's where the shimmy glims is gonna come in, okay? But yeah, I thought, these two palettes really work well. They're great formulas. And honestly, I really love the Ghostface palette. It's probably my favorite to look at, and then would be the Freddy Krueger one. Those kind of mauve-y tones in that palette, so beautiful. But I really enjoy these particular Glam Light palettes. I had the Hershey's collection. I got them from Dion. Dion Loves Makeup here on YouTube and Instagram. I picked it up from her Mercari store, and while I didn't hate them, they were easier for me to give away. Maybe it's because they were like little colored series palettes, and I kind of have that with my Beauty Bay collection. But these Halloween inspired and the Fresh Prince palette, these palettes have been amazing. I didn't like the Kiss palette, but I really do like this Glam Light formula. They play really well with the color case, but then again, what doesn't, honestly? And the color case plays very well with the Essence Prime Like a Boss eyeshadow base. So we're looking good, we're feeling good. Juvia's Place foundation, Made by Mitchell blush combination. It's a good time, okay? But for the new aspect of this video, I was thinking of looking at my shimmer palettes, so let's do that. So I just want all shimmer palettes because I have a lot of shimmers in my collection that would work. We have a lot of shimmers in palettes that are like a multi-palette that could work for this, but I wanted to look at all shimmer palettes. So just off the top of my head, the ones that I picked up, Well, I guess this is all Shimmed palette, but it's not like specialty. But just as it stands, I've picked up 6 palettes. I have the beautiful LSX Beauty, wow, so many B's, Beauty Creations, Beauty Bay, Blend Bunny. I'm mixing them up. But this is the Ella's Garden of Stars palette that they did with Blend Bunny. I have 2 Dede Signature palettes, the Chromebook Volume 1, Chromebook Volume 2. I of course have my first multi-chrome palette, which is the Odin's Eye Jewel Shine Bundle from 2023. I'm so happy to put the year on there, okay? Feels like just yesterday. So I must have started my channel in 24, right? Y'all, anyways. But yeah, so we have this, and you know who's calling me. These two would look amazing on the inner corner, okay? And then I also have, I pulled out the Unleashia. This is the Glitterpedia. This palette is called Number 1 All of Glitter. Now I pulled this one out just because it was on the top and I saw it. Oh, Beauty Bay Mini Charms. How could I forget about this one? But I pulled this out because if I wanted to do something gentle, I wanted to allow these colors to still kind of do their own thing and be the star of the show. This would be really gentle on top. And of course, we don't have like a green shimmer, so we might get some, you know, some nice dancing with the green beneath these colors. So I'm really quick just gonna take a little gander at what we have. And I also think that sometimes I feel like I put my shimmer everywhere and I don't always need to do that. I think letting some of the mattes play in the spotlight would be really nice as well. I love this palette. This palette is so good. Chromebook Volume 2 has some really good, I'm obsessed with this color, obsessed with this color, and obsessed with these 2 colors already. I've only had this palette for like, I think I bought it in January for my birthday. Or either December. And then y'all already know, I just don't be fucking with Pamograph. I don't know why. I be wanting to, and then I do, and I'm just like, no. So let's go ahead and use an oldie but a goodie, because this is supposed to be new. Sorry, you can't play with us. Sorry about it. Okay, so then let's look at Chromebook Volume 2. Oh God, I really love this shade. It's so pretty. So I think what I'm gonna do is I do want to play a little bit with that red, but I don't want the red to go purple. I literally almost put a purple on top of that. So let's not do that. I don't want the red to go purple. If the red goes pink, that's a bit okay. So let's go into Chromebook Volume 1, and we're gonna use a little bit of this one, which is called Daydream. That might be better, okay? I'm gonna use kind of a concealer type brush. And we're gonna put that just where you see that red, okay? Now, honestly, this particular color is a little bit more pink than it is red, like outright, but it will hopefully translate as red because of the red eyeshadow, and I think it does. Now, I know what you're thinking. You should have used the Odin's Eye because you have that gorgeous red shade, Leon. Well, I would say you are right. I could have. Problem is, that's a lipstick in this household, okay? So no, we won't be doing that. We could. You definitely could. It will look good as well. Look at me writing poetry. But that be's a lipstick. I don't make the rules, okay? I just adhere to them. Just like this eyeshadow is adhering beautifully to this eye look, okay? So yeah, I like to bring it up into this kind of C shape, into my sometimes poof, okay? Sometimes it's poofy, and she causes some issues. So we call it the sometimes poof. I thought these colors were very beautiful from the inspiration photo because I think contrasting colors can look really nice, especially if you get them in the right like undertone or vibrancy. Because you know, typically you think of green and red, you think how excuse me, you think Christmas. I don't think this looks like Christmas at all, does it? Thank you. I don't think so. You know, we're on the same wavelength. Okay, let's move right along, okay? Going into Chromebook Volume 2, I cannot help myself. I'm so sorry about it. We are gonna go into this beautiful shade here. Now, I think the reason I like this shade is because there's a squinch of like seafoamy blue in her, but I wanna see what she does on top of like green, okay? So this color is called Superior. Not a nice word right now. It's not really aging very well. And we're just gonna pop, yeah. I'm gonna take this a little closer to the inner corner, but I'm still gonna try to attempt that same shape, okay? Now, what I can see when I'm looking down is lots of specks of like gold and maybe I wanna say orange more than gold, but then also that beautiful scattering of green. It's very, very pretty. But when I look up, it's playing gorgeously with that red, especially when I put a little bit of it on top of the red. Oh my gosh. I love makeup so much. And then I'll love my look, but then I'll be like, oh my God, I do not want to wash this off, which is why I have so many photos of my own makeup. And like I literally take, I think I have like 4,000 selfies right now, and that's just the selfies. That's just what my phone dictates as a selfie, okay? Probably because it's like front-facing camera, things like that, but honey, there's almost 10,000 things in my phone. My son has just been on 11 today. 11, I tell you. Okay. I really like that. And I also really like leaving that portion of matte green. So we're gonna stop right there. We're not gonna put any on the inner or the under eye or the lower lash line, but we are gonna put a little bit of something on the intercontra. Now, this is called 1 old, 1 new, and yes, I made it up. So we're gonna say 3 old, 2 new, because technically that's what we have on the eye. So I am gonna pull out Miss Odin's eye, but we're not gonna use Leon. Again, that is a lipstick. We are going to use Lola, which is this very bright white base with an iridescent green, okay? And that's gonna go right in here. Because I can't help myself, I'm gonna take that same green, and she's gotta highlight our brown bone. Wow, those weren't words. Highlight our brow bone. You wanna know what my son's probably crying about? He's probably crying about what he's been crying about for the last few days. Not being able to, one day it was he couldn't throw my strawberries in the bath water I was sitting in. Another time it was because we wouldn't let him have an onion. He doesn't eat onions. He just wanted to hold it. He likes, like if we go to the grocery store, he's now conned us. He's got us quite trained, okay? I literally, my whole, like every time my son like throws a fit, I literally just see the girl from the original Willy Wonka, the girl that turned into the girl that got attacked by the squirrels. She was like, if I don't get what I'm after, I'm going to scream. And that's what my son be doing, okay? So one day it was because he couldn't throw my strawberries in my bath, okay? The next time it was because he couldn't have an onion. Because we go to the store, he has to have an apple, a red apple, a green apple, an orange, and now a banana. And I'm pretty sure soon he's gonna be asking for a pineapple. And he just wants to hold them as we go into the store. And he'll say, apple, delicious. Orange, delicious to people walking by. Another day, he was very upset because he couldn't get on what he thought was his black t-shirt that has a glow-in-the-dark T-Rex, but it was actually a pair of my husband's dirty underwear. You see why I wasn't trying to let him wear that, right? Yeah, okay, well, he didn't. So it's a toss-up as to what he's out there crying about, but as you see, he's quiet now because it's never really that deep with him. But I have been thinking, like, I gotta record this so when you're 17, I could be like, come over here, Dom Dom. Look at the shenanigans you used to be in all day. Just all day upset because you can't wear your daddy's drawers as a shirt. Kids. But you know, at least I look good. So we're done, okay? So, oh, well, since we put shimmers and glimmers on the eyes, we must gloss this lip. What are we gonna use, class? Did you bring yours? Okay, all right, good. Lancome 383. I am really committed to using this because it would make me so happy to have finished an entire stick of Sheba, which I did, and an entire tube of this gloss. Honestly, we also gotta start using the rest of my Nikki K gloss because these are both almost empty, so I'm gonna pop them both back into their home caboodle beauty, okay? But that's the look, guys. Look, I have been loving getting back into really colorful looks. I want to bring back so much color, like a whole fruit salad type of deal to my channel, okay? I love crazy wacky colors together. I love these brows. I am so happy about these color cases, okay? I have been loving the way I look and feel in colorful matte eyes. It just is a good sign. It's a real good sign, okay? And the hair, I don't remember what I used to call her. Veronica? Yes, I think it was Veronica. Veronica is back and Veronica is black because it is Black History Month, okay? And I just feel good. I looks good. Now, honestly, I don't feel very good physically. I'm okay. But mentally, stop the earth. I'd like to get off. You know, please. I'd like to get off. But at least I look good. And sometimes that's all you can do, you know. I sit down here, I sit out for a little bit, I watch people play video games and scream, it's funny. And then I just beautify. I beautify, I therapize, I wonder why. Oh, there's my motorcycle, because it's getting warm, ugh. But anyways, yeah, I love it. I love it, and I love you. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. It's been me, Jasmine, the Buffy Witch, and you already know that because I coughed in between every letter when I said it, you know. Take good care of yourself. Go wash your makeup brushes. Mine too, if you don't mind. You're already in the bathroom, okay? I will see you in the next video, which will be very soon. But until then, take a beat. I used to say this a lot. I need to remind all of us, specifically me, ask yourself what you need in the next 5 minutes to feel good. And I hope that you can do that for you. See you guys later. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care.